Hi you guys, welcome back to another vlog. This is a self-care vlog of sorts, but one that I framed differently in my head. As you guys know, because I've talked about it a lot since moving, ever since I moved countries, I just haven't been doing great. I haven't really been myself. I've been questioning a lot of things. I spoke about this a lot in my 26 Thoughts for Turning 26 podcast episode. I've shared on the vlogs and things. I just feel like my entire life is different and I'm different and I don't know what I'm doing and I don't know where I am and I don't know what direction to take. And I have all these questions. My mental health has had a lot of ups and downs and things have just been not very settled internally for me. I've noticed a lot of new faces on the channel in the last couple of months. So if you have subscribed recently, thank you so much. No matter when you've subscribed, thank you for watching. But if you are newer to this channel and to my content, you may not know that I have bipolar disorder type 2, rapid cycling, and I also have OCD. And so my mental health is something that I allude to all the time. I sort of talk about it not vaguely, but just because I've been so vocal about being bipolar and being OCD that I think in my head I just kind of assume that if you're watching my content, you know that. But I realize that if you're newer to my content, you probably hear me talk about mental health all the time, but you might not know what I'm actually talking about. And you might be looking at my content lately or my social media or my Instagram or whatever and think like, it doesn't look like you're that depressed. And that's because I think something that's hard for me to find the balance between online, it's hard for every creator, is say you're going through a depressive period, how much of that do you show versus how much do you keep private? Something I've been doing lately is making self-care choices based on a hierarchy of needs that I wrote for myself, that I based off of the traditional hierarchy of needs, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And I have a podcast episode that I'm posting today where I talk about this really in depth. So if you want to listen to that, I talk about it more there. But basically, through many late night Google searches and rabbit holes about fulfillment and purpose and finding the meaning of your life and all these things, started reading so much about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And that inspired me to sit down one day and write out my hierarchy of needs and really get granular and list out all the things that make me feel good and the things that I feel like I need in order to function. The whole point of the hierarchy of needs is that you can't fulfill some of your higher level needs, your more complex needs, your needs for esteem and for self-actualization and gratification and things like that, without first fulfilling your basic level needs, which are things like food, shelter, safety, community. And if you take care of your base level needs, you'll basically free up your emotional energy to pursue higher level needs, like searching for fulfillment. And this concept inspired me to sit down and come up with my hierarchy. And so while I was filming this vlog, that's what I was doing. I was making choices, self-care choices, like doing things that I've done in plenty of other vlogs before, like none of this is groundbreaking, but trying to view them through the lens of fulfilling an area of my hierarchy of needs. And so it's not just cleaning my house, it's cleaning my house because in my hierarchy of needs, I wrote down that my basic level need for a home includes it being a tidy home because I can't be productive in an untidy home and I feel really stressed. It's going out to see friends because I recognize my basic level need for community and companionship and social connection. I know that I'm gonna get out of this because I've gotten out of it every single time before. You know that quote that's like, your track record for making it through bad days is 100%. My track record for making it through depressed periods of my life is 100%. And I know that at some point I'm gonna look back at this. It's gonna make more sense to me and I will know that I've gotten out of it. And that's not yet, but it's fine because it's gonna happen. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. You guys, it feels like fall outside and I'm filming this early August. So it's definitely not fall time, but it feels like fall. I just took Fergus out for a little walk because I'm getting ready to leave the house. And it was so like brisk and crisp and windy and just the feeling of fall was in the air. My eyes are really watering and I'm upset because my under eye routine today, like my concealer and powder, because I tried a new powder, actually looked really good and now my eyes are watering and probably gonna ruin it. The reason why I'm standing here without a shirt on right now though is I am getting dressed, getting ready to leave the house to go fulfill some psychological needs. I'm gonna go to Waterstones, which is kind of like the UK version of Barnes & Noble, or so I'm told, because I hear that the Waterstones on Princess Street has a really cool cafe with a great view of the castle. And I would love to buy some books because I'm back in my reading era. I had this long reading rut and the first book that I read out of the reading rut happen to be 5 stars, and that's just like best case scenario because now I'm feeling like inspired. So I want to buy some books, and then I'm going to get some work done in that cafe, and that is going to fulfill psychological needs. One, my psychological need to be productive because I have work to do. But the reason why I don't have a shirt on right now is because I'm going to show you this Skims bralette that I'm wearing. This is different than the one I showed you guys last time because that had like the clasp in the back. This is just a straight up pull it over your head. Also, can we talk about the fact that I did not fake tan my back? I tried a new fake tan and I couldn't be bothered to do my back, and so now my back and my front are different colors. But this one is a straight like pull over your head. It's a triangle bralette, still from the Fits Everybody collection, and I really like this one too. And then I'm also wearing Fits Everybody underwear, but this one, I don't know if you can see. I know last time I told you guys I'm a cheeky type of girl, and after I showed you guys that last Skims set in a video a couple weeks ago, I ordered 4 more pairs of that cheeky Fits Everybody pair of underwear, and then they sent me this pair, which is a bikini cut with like a string on the side, and I thought that I wouldn't like it because I thought that, can you see that? I thought that this like string thing would sit too low on my hips and like put a weird crease in my hip, but actually there's so much like fabric in the middle part that goes in between your legs, am I explaining this right? That the string actually sits really high up on your hips and it doesn't like feel like it's cutting into me or anything, so I really like that too. This is the triangle bralette. It has all of the features of Skims Fits Everybody, which I love. The material is so thin, but not in a way that's giving low quality. It's thin in a molds to your body and feels like a second skin type of way. And that is true for every single product in the Fits Everybody collection. All of them are made in this delicious fabric that just feels so natural. It literally feels to me like wearing a second skin, which is so nice because as someone who has to wear underwear most of the time, if I want any kind of lift or any kind of support or whatever, it just feels so good to have the comfort that a supportive bra gives, but to not feel constricted, you know what I mean? Let me put my shirt on. I also don't know if I'm gonna end up taking my hair out. I just kind of threw it up like that while I was getting ready, but it's also windy outside, so can I be bothered? I don't even know. So this was the triangle bralette and the string bikini in the shade Onyx. I wear a medium in both, but Fits Everybody goes from sizes extra, extra small to 4X. And there's also loads of different colorways if you're looking for a shade that matches your skin tone. I feel like there's nothing more irritating than going out and about and having to constantly adjust your underwear, adjust your clothes. Maybe you have a wedgie, maybe your bra straps are falling down, maybe like you just have to pick at things. And I literally never have to adjust myself when I'm wearing Fits Everybody because again, it just fits so well, like molds to your body like a glove. So I've been wearing the underwear and the bralettes nonstop. And if you want to check them out for yourself, you can go to skims.com/Mary. And if you happen to purchase something, there's going to be a drop down menu and it'll say like, oh, how'd you hear about us today? And then you can click YouTube and you can write my name. I love when a product that I love and use all the time is something that you guys also love. I know so many of you are already fans of Fits Everybody, but if you've never tried it before, here's your sign. So you do skims.com/Mary, and if you happen to check anything out, make sure to let them know that I sent you. Now, I really need to make a decision on this hair because I want to go to Waterstones. I have still not that many books. I went to this bookstore in Portobello last week when Clara was here. I think it's probably in the vlog. Portobello bookstore. I spent so much money there that they actually gave me a free tote bag. Girl math saying that the tote bag is free when it in fact wasn't free. But in my defense, I'm building my book collection back up because as you guys watched me decimate my book collection and basically cut it in half, and all those books still aren't even here yet. And I'm fully back in my reading era. I've got an audiobook going on and I just finished a physical book and I'm starting a new physical book tonight. At this point, like in the course of me filming this, I've decided that the hierarchy of needs thing is what I'm doing, and I was reading about the actual hierarchy of needs today, but one of the things I want to do while I'm at the cafe is write my own. At this moment, I know that I'm going to do it, and I love this idea. It feels like hacking my life somehow, which I really need right now. It feels like hacking my life, so I know that I'm gonna do that, but I still have to sit down and figure it out. So you guys already know what my hierarchy of needs looks like. Let me look at the real one. What is buying books? Basic, psychological, or self-fulfillment? Maybe it's self-fulfillment needs because that includes achieving one's full potential, including creative activities. So maybe like reading is a form of creative expression, maybe, which would make it a self-fulfillment need. I don't know. I'm gonna decide. I'm gonna write my own hierarchy of needs. I'm also gonna fulfill a basic need by getting a little snack. a little drinky drink while I'm out. Checking my under eyes to make sure that my watery eyes aren't ruining my makeup. Also, okay, so I didn't fake tan my back and I messed up my hands. So God, we're a mess today. I'm also wearing purple toned lip gloss because I have always read that purple makeup tones are suitable for brunettes with brown eyes and for olive skin tones. Literally can't tell a difference whatsoever. Let me know if you can. And I need to scrub these hands to get the extra fake tan. Okay, I'm gonna get a jacket because it really does feel chilly out there, and let's go. I'm home. Oh my goodness. I got rained on and now my hair is messed up. I feel like once I get rained on, my hair never recovers and I have no choice but to just shower. So we're in a little slick back. And of course now it's beautiful and sunny again. I'm gonna do a little haul. So I went to Waterstones and then I stopped at Urban Outfitters on the way home. So I have a two-part haul. I got back a little while ago and I had filmed footage for a Waterstones reel, and so I edited that. I posted it on TikTok and Instagram, and someone commented on my TikTok, oh, you want to play, and was like, what bra are you wearing with that tank top? And I was like, Skims Fits Everybody. So I did immediately take off my jeans and put on little boxers though. Waterstones and Urban Outfitters haul. So I did buy another tote bag. I bought this one. This wasn't a free gift, even though I did spend kind of a lot of money. Book number one, I just went through the whole store and I just did my thing. Locks and Legends, A Scotsman Guide to the Heart of Scotland by Andy the Highlander, written with Lily Hurd. I have been reading a lot about Scottish history and Scottish culture for the last year, honestly, obviously just trying to learn about my new home. And one thing I love about the UK, and like I guess Scotland specifically, is that there is such an emphasis placed on Scottish art, Scottish culture, Scottish grown food. And like when you go into stores, there will be like made in Scotland, produced in Scotland, sourced in Scotland sections. And I just love that, like, I would say Scottish culture is proud. It's a very proud to be Scottish type of culture. And so same in this Waterstones, there were just huge sections of books about Scotland, by Scottish authors, set in Scotland, things like that. So this is just one. I honestly just thought that the cover looked really cool, and I love mythology and folklore and fairy tales. And this said Locks and Legends. I love history, I love nature. This just sounded right up my alley. What do we have next? A Philosophy of Walking by Frederick Gross. This book will change how you think about walking and how you walk while you are thinking. An entertaining and insightful ramble in the company of great philosophers, like Thoreau, Nietzsche, etc., who understood that great ideas came to them while on foot. Right up my alley. That was in the philosophy section. What is this? Scotland, Her Story, the Nation's History by the Women Who Lived It. This was also just in one of the Scotland sections, except this is Scottish history exclusively about women. It's a groundbreaking anthology offering a unique perspective on both dramatic national events and ordinary life as experienced by women. Then there was this whole section of cozy crime favorites. Cozy crime. I love a cozy crime book. You guys know Richard Osman, Thursday Murder Club. That's like a cozy crime type of novel. And I love that because I don't really like thrillers, and but I like detectives, and I like whodunits and things like that. But if it's like a murder story, I want it to be low stakes. I don't want to stay up at night afraid. So cozy crime is one of my favorite genres. And I was really excited to see that there was a whole section dedicated to it. So I got a bunch. Ian Moore's Death and Croissants and Death at the Chateau, a Follett Valley mystery. Nothing ever happens to Richard, and that's the way he likes it. One of his older guests disappears. There's only a bloody handprint on the wallpaper. Another guest, a very enigmatic person. They investigate the disappearance. Someone murders one of his beloved hens. Honestly, you guys know my taste in novels. This is just perfect. So both by that same guy. I love cozy crime because it is just low stakes. It's engaging, but you will not stay up at night worried about it. And I'm such an anxious person, and I really, really like that. Then I got Tress of the Emerald Sea, which is a Brandon Sanderson novel, actually. I got this one because it was on the buy one, get one half off shelf. and I picked it up, and on the back I just saw one line on the back that says, "A tale that will appeal to fans of The Princess Bride." I am a huge fan of The Princess Bride, so I thought, right, sold, that's all it takes. Another cozy crime, Shot in the Dark, a Constable Twitten mystery. A definite trend cycle happening in the cozy crime cover art community. I love the Dune series. I didn't see the first Dune until Dune 2 came out, but Matt was obsessed with them, so he made me watch both of them with him. And I've heard that the books are way better, which honestly the movies were great. So if the books are better than the movies, that's gonna be amazing, because I thought the movies were fantastic. But I thought I would read that. And I also liked that even though it does have the Now I Made Your Motion picture on the front, which I don't love personally, I hate when books turned movies have the actors and stuff on the cover. I like that it's not a cover full of actors, although I don't love that. Okay. My TBR is like 16 books long at this point between the Portobello Bookshop and Just Now, but that's fine. And then I stopped in Urban Outfitters and I got a couple of things. So first off, I screamed internally when I saw this. There is a store that makes a fleece that looks very much like this. I'll try to find it if I can. It's been out of stock for 2 years, I know, because I have it like bookmarked and saved in my phone, and I periodically check the website to see if the fleece has come back in stock, and it has not come back in stock, and it looks extremely similar to this. And like I said, that's been bookmarked in my phone for literally almost 2 years. And so when I saw this, I was like, it's not quite the same, but it's damn close. It is close enough that I saw it and I just needed it. The original one doesn't have the burgundy trim, and this one says BDG on it, which I'm not obsessed with, but the overall pattern and print is similar enough, and I was like, wow. I got this sweatshirt. I think this was from the men's section, actually. I just really loved the different sizes of stripes and all like the primary colors. It looks very, very 90s. I saw this and needed it. Self-explanatory. You already know. This jacket, it was the only one there. Actually, I didn't see any other sizes. I didn't see them hanging up anywhere. I don't know if this wasn't the last one in the store or what, but it's like this workwear inspired camo jacket with a corduroy collar, and the camo is this very cool blue-gray tone, which I really like. So it's a little oversized, but it's not crazy. I really liked that it was so cool toned, and I also like this corduroy collar. I love a workwear inspired jacket. Matt has one and I steal it literally all the time. So that was my urban haul. I did get some work done at the Waterstones Cafe, but I need to get a lot more done. But I think I'm gonna put an episode of the Vampire Diaries on in the background, because I've been texting my best friend back home this week, and we've decided, I convinced her that it's a Vampire Diaries rewatch kind of fall. Okay, girls, I know it's still August. Feels like fall in Edinburgh. It is a Vampire Diaries rewatch type of fall. She's watching the first 2 episodes tonight. I'm gonna put one on in the background. I'll see how far I get. We made a shared note so we can type like our reactions and things in the note, and then when the other person is watching the episode, they can go check back. Like, we're taking this seriously. I'm very excited. And that's fulfilling a need for community and companionship, which I think is under the psychological needs section. So it's a Friday afternoon, the weather is nice, I'm in my comfy clothes, I'm gonna do like laptop work on my couch with the Vampire Diaries on in the background. I bought books and sweaters this morning. Maybe everything's gonna be okay. Maybe everything is gonna be okay. Good morning, you guys. Same location, different day. It's also not even morning. And I have dry shampoo in my roots, that's why I'm shaking my hair. I had the weirdest night last night. It is currently 1:20 in the afternoon, and last night was thinking to myself, you know, I have so much to get done tomorrow. I'm gonna get up really early. I'm filming this vlog. I wanted to film like certain things for this vlog. There's still so much dry shampoo in my hair, just ignore that. So I wrote out this plan for myself. I was like, I'm gonna get up early, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna start the day off on such a good foot. I'm gonna be productive. And then I was thinking so hard about my plan to be productive today that I like thought myself into a thought spiral and literally did not sleep at all last night. Did not fall asleep for 1 single second. I finally fell asleep around 7, which is the time that I was gonna get up, and then I didn't wake up until 12:30. So I don't know what's going on with me today, and I felt a little weird last night too. Like mentally I felt kind of weird. This is like an OCD food thing, but I had really bad food poisoning last year, and ever since, my OCD has just latched onto this idea of food safety and expiration dates and cross-contamination. It's like a big thing for my OCD. And we were making dinner last night, and the dinner had chicken in it, and halfway through, I was just like, I can't do it. Everything's giving me the ick. I'm convinced everything in this fridge and in this kitchen has like salmonella, or salmonella, that's not how you say it, salmon. How do you say that? I was convinced everything was like, it was such an OCD moment. So I think I was already in like a weird headspace, and then I just didn't sleep at all last night. So I feel so weird right now. I ended up sleeping, I guess, for like 5.5 hours, 7 to 12:30, but it's now 1:20 and I have not done that much today. So I went to my favorite cafe that does sandwiches, and I got myself my favorite sandwich. It's a focaccia, brie, chili jam, prosciutto, and rocket, which is arugula sandwich. It's from Hideout Cafe. If you're in Edinburgh between, I think it's Wednesday through Saturday they have this sandwich. It's just my favorite one. And I had always planned on going to get this sandwich, but I was like, I'm gonna get up and have the most productive morning of all time, and then I'm gonna go get this sandwich for lunch as like a little treat. And now I'm like, I need a treat for existing today. I also got a slice of lemon drizzle cake, because I love all things lemony. And then I got a crispy Diet Coke that for some reason says by Alexandra on it. I don't know if this is like a collab that Coca-Cola is doing, I'm not sure. Such a weird night, and I was trying all the tricks. I had my sound machine, I had my magnesium. In hindsight, I should have, like, once I realized it was gonna be a difficult night of sleeping, and I realized that I was just thinking too much and that's why I couldn't sleep, I should have taken my anti-anxiety medication. I have Xanax, and that really does a good job of just like getting me out of that thought spiral space. And I didn't. And I should have, because it was just bad. And like, I was staying off my phone. I did get up at 2 separate occasions to do something else to take my mind off of things. Cause like, they say that if you have trouble sleeping, you shouldn't just lay there in bed awake the entire night. So I got up twice to read for a little bit, hoping that would make me sleepy. It didn't. Such a weird night. And now today I just don't feel right. I feel like I just don't feel right. So I'm gonna eat my little treat, and then I guess I'll be productive. I just had it in my head that today was gonna go a different way. One thing that is, for me, I'm making it a non-negotiable, is cleaning the house though. And I'll talk to you guys about that after I do my little sandwich, because that is on my hierarchy of needs. Okay, delicious, just what I needed. I am struggling to not feel like I have wasted or ruined my entire day with the whole not sleeping and then oversleeping thing. I am so bad for that. Like, if my day doesn't get off to the right foot, I just really struggle to get myself back on track all the time. My mornings always set the tone for the day. But I'm trying not to be like, the day is ruined, because it isn't. I still have loads of time to get things done. I don't know. Anyway, I need to clean the living room right now. I'll show you. It's awful. I was writing my hierarchy of needs, and shelter is under the basic needs on the real hierarchy of needs. It's like a, you know, your safe place, your shelter. And I've gone an additional step in my hierarchy of needs, and I am saying my home is my basic need, but also a tidy home is one of my basic needs, because when my house is a mess, like it is right now, or not even, like downstairs is actually clean. It's just upstairs and mainly just the living room and my little office room there. So 2 rooms of the house isn't bad, but when things are messy, they're not tidy, I just can't function. I can't be productive in a space that isn't tidy. I like get so distracted, I feel bad about myself, I just can't do it. But then over the weekend, it just got so messy and I haven't unpacked that. So like I said, home, base need. And for me, it needs to be a tidy home. So I've written that in my list of basic needs, because like I said, I feel like I cannot get anything else done when I'm in a messy space. And I was editing all day yesterday in a little lump on the couch, editing all day to get a YouTube video up. And I kept getting so distracted because I kept looking at this messy living room being like, oh. And then my office room is a mess too, I'll show you. And so part of my hierarchy of needs right now, I'm gonna clean this. So I need to clean my suitcase from Glen Eagles. This coffee table is just a wreck of like eating up here, being a lump on the couch for a day, editing a video, like just, you know. And then there's just some general clutter. Fergus was running around with my hat, Matt's golf clubs, like just some things. Just some things, and I also need to vacuum. There's dog toys. The main culprit is right here. Yes, he is. Oh, and then the entryway definitely needs a tidy. Just from a couple of days of like coming in the house, ripping off your shoes and coat. Like, yeah, I just need to do that. And then the big one is this disaster. Yeah, I've got clean laundry to put away. Again, I pulled out some of my travel things when I was packing for Glen Eagles. Those need to be put back away. My Urban Outfitters haul, like just laundry, yeah. Now, I know I've said this before, but it bears repeating because it is truly my #1 cleaning tip. Oh, this looks like a scene from the first Twilight movie with how blue it is. My #1 cleaning tip, or productivity tip in general, when you don't really have to use your brain, turn your brain off and get busy work done, is listening to a fun audiobook. Podcasts don't do it for me, regular music doesn't do it for me, cleaning in silence doesn't do it for me, FaceTiming a friend doesn't do it for me. The only thing that gets me in the zone and actually makes me not hate housework and things is listening to a fun audiobook. And when I say fun audiobook, I usually mean like a romance, historical romance or something like that, because I'm always like, ooh, what's happening next? Oh my God, they just got to the end and there's only one bed. I guess I need to keep doing my laundry so I can hear what happens next. It's the only thing that works for me. So I'm gonna just lock in, even though I don't want to, even though I'm not looking forward to this, and even though I'm like, you know, there's a zillion other things I need to be doing right now, because I know that my dog is a nuisance. Because I know that I'm not gonna be able to fully focus, and I'm not gonna feel good. I'm not gonna feel happy or like my best self when the house is not tidy, because a shelter, like there's a home, yes, but a tidy home, basic need. Left the room for 2 seconds and someone took my napkin from lunch and a water bottle out of the recycling and shredded them. You did that. He says, that wasn't me. I don't know who did it, mommy, that wasn't me. I'm innocent. Instagram to look up something and saw that Molly Mae and Tommy have broken up. Hi guys, it's a new day. It was pouring rain this morning and I thought I was gonna have to change up my plans for today, but the sky is clear, it's sunny, so I think I can proceed. On the list for today, on my needs list, I need to do some health related things. So I need to go to my new GP's office because I have to fill out a bunch of paperwork. I'm running very low on all of my medicine. I like stocked up on everything prescription wise before I moved. I got 3-month prescriptions for everything, so I'm about to run out. So I've been searching for a new GP for like 4 weeks now. It was tough to find one in my area. So the way that it works in the UK is your GP, hopefully I'm explaining this right, please correct me if I'm wrong. This is my understanding for how this process has been going for me. A GP serves a certain neighborhood and they call it a catchment area. So you have to find a GP that services your area and they have to be taking new clients. And that was actually kind of tough. But I found one, I called, and they're taking new clients, they're in my area. I need to go and fill out a ton of paperwork. And I've been putting it off for a little while, and it's very critical that I go do this now because I need to be able to refill my meds. I've been splitting some of my meds in half to make them extend a little bit longer, just in case this takes longer than I'm expecting. There are also some other health appointments that I'm gonna talk to them about while I'm there, so I'm gonna do that. I'm also going to go on a long walk, and that's gonna be movement. Health and movement are in my basic level of needs, so I'm gonna do those things today. Sorry about that, my camera died. But I'm getting ready to head out, and the walk there, I have to walk about a mile, and it's a very hilly route, which is why I'm counting this as like a little bit of exercise as well. I do have to be semi-quick because I have therapy in a while, but I think I've got plenty of time to get there, do the forms and everything, make the appointments, and then walk back, especially if I'm hurrying on these hills because I'm trying to get a little cardio in. Wearing 437. I ordered this jacket after I moved. It took like a month to get here and I had to pay so many customs to get it over here. So I think if I ever want any more 437, which I probably will because I love 437, I'll need to order it while I'm in the US. Fergus is drinking water like he's never had a sip of water before in his life, if you can hear that. I really like 437, but it was a hassle getting it to the UK. So I think I've just been ordering things to my parents' house and asking them to set it aside for me so that I can bring it home when I go like back there for Christmas. I'll just take an empty suitcase with me when I go home for Christmas because I'm gonna have a suitcase's worth of stuff. Like I ordered Clara's hair bundle. It's called Good Hair Days Ahead with Bondi Boost. Go check it out if you haven't. I ordered that to support, obviously, and I had to order it to my parents' house. So there's a lot of things waiting for me there. Anyway, I'm gonna head out. I don't know how much of this I'm gonna be able to vlog just because I'm going to fill out forms in a doctor's office. But I'm proud of myself because this is very necessary for me and my health. Medication is critical in my life. Okay, so I just left. Had my noise canceling on. I just left the GP's office and I filled out my forms and they said to give them a couple days to get me into the system and then I can call and make an appointment. And if I bring my American prescriptions to the appointment, they should just be able to refill them here, which would be ideal. They said give them a couple days to fill out or to get me into the system. I don't know how many days that's gonna be. I'll just give them till start of next week, I think, probably. But then when will my appointment be? Oh, I don't know. I might have to look into emergency refill because I think I have 2 weeks left. Hopefully 2 weeks on my current medications is enough. And like I said, I started this process like a month ago because I didn't want to get to a point where I was like right at the end. It was an emergency. But here we are. I felt like such an idiot in there, you guys, because I obviously didn't know what I was doing and I didn't know how to answer some of the questions on the form. And I should have an NHS like national health insurance number because I paid a hefty sum of money with my visa application to be granted NHS coverage. So presumably I have an NHS number, but it wasn't in my packet from the lawyer. So I'm gonna have to call my lawyer. I don't know, I just felt stupid and flustered and sweaty because I just didn't know what I was doing. And then I just didn't know what I was doing. And it just doesn't feel good to be so confused in front of other people. I'm just trying to navigate back home, but it's done. And that's the important part. I don't know where I am. The good news is I'm definitely getting cardio in because my heart rate was through the roof in there because I felt so anxious. So I don't care that my heart rate was high from stress instead of brisk walking. My Aura ring doesn't know the difference. I've actually got a therapy appointment in about half an hour, so I'm gonna walk home, do that. Also one of my needs, because it's in my health category. I'm telling myself I don't need to go get a little treat to reward myself for filling out those forms, but like, do I need a little treat? I don't know.